It's giving sneak peek. It's giving. Stay tuned.
Come and fly away with me. Come and fly away with me. Come and fly away with me.
Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. So judging by the title, we're getting into another story time, and you guys, today the story is juicy. It's juicy, it's crazy, it's insane. So without further ado, the story starts off like this. In the meantime, I do got some work I need to get done. I have been designing these shoes. Oh my god, I've been wanting a pair of teddy bear boots for the longest, and my own are stiletto boots. It got the stiletto in the back. I have diamonds in the front for the point toe. Boom. And I am almost done. I actually have this piece that I need to finish here, and then this one is not done. This is like the beginning of the boot. This is the end of the boot. So I'm gonna be working on this while I give you guys a story time. And if you guys don't know, I'm going to be having a sample sale in June for my website, shop.day Haras Nyc. And a lot of these pieces that I make, which are one of a kind samples, are going to be available for sale on my sample site. Okay, so while I get started on this, let's just get started on the story. Sidebar, I'm so happy Latte is sleeping, because he's been stealing all my little teddy bears. Like, as I've been designing this, he's just been stealing everything. So I'm so happy he's like not awake for this, so I can just actually work. So you guys, you know I like to give a lot of detail and backstory to my stories, so I'm gonna take it back from like meet and greets and stuff like that, right? So I was working this job, and you guys know these freelancer jobs, I don't know if they happen in other states, but in New York City, you know, it's capitalism, it's free enterprise, you know, every man works for themselves. So I used to work for this company that ended up being a Ponzi scheme company. After the fact, I learned this, but during the time I worked for this janky ass company, I was selling electricity and I was selling cable, I think, off the street, and like little cell phones, like them insurance Obama phones and stuff. And we were getting paid like for every like person we got to sign up for these free things that weren't really free. But nevertheless, this is where I meet the people that's a part of the story. So I'm working here. I think I'm about maybe like 20, 21, maybe 22. I'm young, and I meet this guy, and his story is for another story time, because he ended up being like BDSM 50 Shades of Grey kind of guy. And yeah, that's a story for another time. But nevertheless, he introduces me to his the mother of his child and her friends, etc. one time when we were working together, and we ended up meeting them on the street. Like we ran into them in the neighborhood. So they would come by and see us all the time when we were at work. And then one day the mother of his child was like, hey, you know, like come, let's go catch drinks or whatever the case may be uptown. So I'm not going to give her a name because she's not that important to the story, but I'm going to give other people names further down the line. So I go uptown to Harlem. If you guys know New York, our town is like Harlem, Bronx area. So I go uptown and I meet her for brunch. So we go to Ricardo's and we're having a good time. We're having brunch or whatever. So while we're there at brunch, we're just chopping it up, you know, etc., etc. She gets like a text message, phone call from one of her homegirls who live in the area, and she's telling them like, hey, you know, I'm just at Ricardo's. Anybody ever know Ricardo's? Is this I think it's Spanish food, but it's this really like poppin' food restaurant in Harlem. It's really like famous and known. And she gets a phone call. In a phone call, she's like, oh, you know, It's one of my homegirls. She live in the neighborhood. I told her to swing by. If that's cool with you, she can join us, whatever. At that time, I wasn't as introverted as I am now. So I'm like, yeah, the more the merrier, like, whatever, let's go, whatever. Right now, I'm like so hesitant on meeting people. If you kind of just spring somebody new on me, I'm probably gonna renege or retract, because I really have to like be very like peculiar about who I keep around me because of stuff like this that I'm about to explain, right? So the friend, she gets the name because the story is about her. She is the one that got, you know, according to the title, she's the one that got laced and walled out. So her friend name, I'm gonna name her Cherry because that was actually her nickname and I don't remember her real name, so I'm just gonna name her Cherry, right? Cherry, if you're watching this. So you're gonna know why I gave her that middle finger in a second, right? So Cherry comes along and I meet her. We all do our little introductions, meet and greet. Hey, this is so and so, so and so. So she's all like, hey, you know, actually I hit you up because I think it was, what artist was it? Some whack ass artist. French Montana, yeah. Oh, French Montana is doing a music video and he needs some girls. Him and Chinese Kitty, another whack artist, needs some girls, whatever. If you can pull up. And then she was just like, oh, well, you know, not tonight because I don't have a babysitter, whatever the case may be. Then she turned to me like, hey, like, would you want to do it? Because, you know, you're pretty, you have a nice body. And, you know, I don't really, you know, like, I'm not really into, like, I'm not a, like, I don't really like, I'm more of a behind the scenes person. That's what I'm trying to say. I'm more of a behind the scenes person. I like to do things behind the scenes. You get what I'm saying? I'm not really for I'm not really like the one to just like, you know, be in music videos and do all that stuff. So every time I get offered to do stuff like that, I always say no. And I get offered to do stuff like that a lot, but I always say no, right? So I was just like, nah, that's not really my thing. I'm not really into that. But, you know, other stuff like I bartend or whatever on the side. I do this, you know. So if you ever have like anything going on like that, we're just talking, we're chopping it up, we're connecting, we're networking. So she's like, all right, cool, no problem. I'll make sure to hit you up if anything comes up. We trade information. That was that. That was the day. Everybody went about their business. So maybe like a week or two goes by and then Cherry contacts me and she's like, hey, what's up, Sarah? I know you said you was a bartender. I actually have a homeboy who needs some girls this weekend and it's in Jersey. Y'all, my camera cut off, right? Where was that? Yeah, so we're chopping it up. She's like, oh, the event is in Jersey. Come push out. It pays this much, blah, blah, blah. So I'm like, I'm not turning down no money. I'm not turning down no money on ever, okay? So right now, to me, all money's not good money. But at that time, I'm like, oh, money on, money on. So I'm like, all right, cool. Send me the details, whatever. So the day of the event comes about. And Cherry hits me up and she's like, hey, you know, what time are you heading there? So I'm just like, you know, I'm about to head there just now, or whatever. She asked me if I'm driving. I'm like, yeah, I'm driving or whatever, because I'm coming from New York. So she's like, oh, you know, would you mind giving me a ride? I'm right in Harlem. You know, I'm not too far from Jersey. You know, if you come pick me up, as soon as you pick me up, we can get right on the George Washington Bridge, straight into the spot. And she knows how to get there. She knows the shortcut. All this different stuff, blah, 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 right? So I'm just like, okay, I guess. I mean, at the end of the day, she hooked me up with the spot, the position, whatever. I guess I'll give her a ride. It wasn't nothing. At that point, it wasn't nothing too deep for me. I'm like, cool, whatever. So I pick her up. Mind you, guys, at that time, I was living in Long Island. So to drive from Long Island to Harlem is 2 toll fees. So that's already $16, $8 each toll, right? To get into Harlem. Then it's free to get into Jersey, but to come back you have to pay $17 plus the $16 New York tolls. So you guys see where I'm going. So my trip to Jersey is not a free one. Not only do I have to pay for gas, I have to pay collectively 4 tolls. That's gonna amount to approximately like $50-$60, right? It's an investment. So I'm like, all right, cool. But in order for me to go to Harlem from where I was staying, I'm detouring. So I'm literally going out of my way, getting off the highway into another borough just to go back into the highway just to go into another state. You guys get what I'm saying? So a trip that probably would have took me an hour drive is now going to take me an hour and a half, hour and 45 minutes. You get what I'm saying? Because of traffic, etc., getting on and off the highway. So, but at that point in time, I'm just like, you know what? We're just going for a little gig. It ain't nothing. I'm going to just take her, whatever. So that's where I messed up, you guys. Every time you are giving someone a ride and you guys are like going somewhere that's gonna cost them an arm and a leg via Uber, charge their asses some gas money or some toll money or something, because a lot of people be trying to just catch rides, which is cool. But when we're going far and it's an investment for me to go that far and I have to drive, all the liability is on me. No, you're going to have to pay up something, because had you been taking an Uber, you'd have been paying a lot of money. You know what I'm saying? Like Ubers to take you from one state to another, it's insane. Like you're paying upwards $100 plus. You're in New York City. So I just go and I pick her up, right? I didn't be a brat about it. So we get to the spot, all in all, we get to the bar. You know, it's cool. We make money that night. She introduced me to the promoter at the time. He took a big liking to me. He loved my energy. He thought I was beautiful, etc. So he invites me to come back and work, kind of like, I wouldn't say permanently, because nothing's permanent, especially in those type of like industries. It's always moving around. But he just wanted to see my face again, like come back, work with me, etc. So I'm just like, all right, cool, yeah, bag secured. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna come back. So she's like, I don't know if she's his regular or if she always works for him or if it's only sometimes or whatever the case may be. I tell her that he invites me back. And she's like, oh, that's great, because now we can, you know, work together. We come to work together, etc. Come to work together. So just hold that right there, right? So I'm like, yeah, cool. We're having fun or whatever. Excited. Made a bag, whatever. Everybody's happy. When you make money, everybody's happy, right? Which is another reason why I should have charged her, because, girl, we all just made money. So pay your way. Pay your dues. But whatever. So now over the course of the next couple of weeks, oh, it's so hard to do these things because they just be sticking to my nails. But so the next shift that we have, right, she hits me up and she's like asking me for a ride again. So I'm just like, okay, I'll give her one more ride, whatever. So I do that. Now when we're coming back, I was so tired and I was just like, girl, can you kind of like take a Uber home or whatever, because I'm just trying to go straight home. She didn't really want to do that. Like, she was just like, please, can you just drop me, etc. I didn't really want to detour. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to go straight home. Sometimes when you're just like, you just got off of work, you're leaving, you want to do your own thing. You don't want to play Uber. I hate playing Uber. That's why I hate having friends who don't drive. And the thing is that you might not have this issue if you don't live in New York City, because people that don't live in New York City, 9 times out of 10 they have cars. You know what I'm saying? Or they have family members who have cars, or they share cars, whatever. But when you live in New York City, people are so used to the convenience of public transportation and the fact that there's no parking anywhere, and the fact that it's so expensive to drive out here, between gas, insurance, car notes, etc. is an arm and a leg. A lot of people do not drive. So you're going to find a lot of beg ride. Like, I like to call them beg riders, because they like to beg for a ride. Like, they literally people who try to find a way through the city without having to go through the inconvenience of taking the bus or the train or pay a huge amount of cab fee. Like, they just try to get like a ride from somebody. So she was a part of that demographic. And I talk shit about them because I'm a person, if I don't, not had cars. I've had my car, I crashed 2 cars already. And if I need to go somewhere, I don't ever inconvenience somebody. I get my ass in a cab and pay my dues, or I get my ass on a public transportation. I ain't never been shy to get on the bus. I get on the bus and the train to this day. I'm never shy about that. I take the cheapest route possible if I can. That's how people stay rich. Yeah. So it's late night. I wasn't gonna leave her hanging. I took her home. I took her home. So I'm thinking in my head, like, I don't want this to be a habit. I don't want every time I have to go and work for this guy in Jersey that I gotta swing through a whole nother borough in order to go to another state, all this etc. stuff. I'm not trying to be doing all that driving. So I started not telling her when I was going on shift, because I realized when he would book me, I would tell her, but when he would send me a flyer, she wouldn't be on it. And then after I would tell her and she would see the flyer, then she would hit him up and ask to be like on shift, and then he would have to go like switch it and all this stuff. So I started realizing that she's really like making sure that she's on shift when I'm on shift, because girl, you can work. He's promoting 7 days a week. He promotes 7 days a week. Like, you guys know, New York City, New Jersey, half of the time they don't sleep. They party 7 days a week. It's gonna be jumping. So why do you I was only able to work certain days at that time, because like I said, I was working my other job, selling that fake ass insurance, and I was, sewing, doing whatever I was doing on the side. So I wasn't working all the time. I probably was only working Saturdays, Friday and Saturday, or Saturday and Sunday. But outside of those days, she would never go to work with him. And mind you, she didn't have a job. She had nothing but free time. So girl, you're not going to work. Why? For what? I don't understand. No comprende. So this is where it gets insane. So as I'm drawing up to my last straw, you guys, I'm on my final straw about chauffeuring this girl around. We're at an event one night, right? We're bartending for him. It's this big event. Mad money in the club. Manyan in the club. Nikki's in the club. We behind the bar. The manyan is here. Bottle service going up. I'm like, yeah, we making money tonight. Yeah. So she comes to me and she pulls me to the side and she's like, hey, what's up? Like, I got this dude, my homeboy, I just met. I don't know if she just met him there or if she knew him. I don't know. We were just talking in the dressing room real quick, right? One thing I'm going to say sidebar is that Cherry used to go take bathroom breaks a lot, right? And I don't know if you guys know, a lot of the times when people take bathroom breaks back to back and excessively, they're not always using the bathroom. Sometimes they're using the bathroom too. You feel me? Them powdered donuts, like Ebner Entertainer be saying. If you guys don't watch him, that's my guy. Them powdered donuts, you know what I mean? At that time, I wasn't aware. I was completely oblivious to that type of scene. You know what I'm saying? Because at that time, I was bartending, but I was bartending in like Brooklyn, New York, etc. And I wouldn't say there's no drug habits in those environments, but I think that people are a little more care about their image and ego, so you're not going to see it out loud. If it's happening in private. So she used to take bathroom breaks a lot. So at that time she was taking a bathroom break, and then she pulled me aside to the dressing room to tell me that she met this guy or whatever. I never used to take the bathroom breaks with her. I just used to see her go in there with a girl or two, etc. So I'm just like, oh, okay, that's cool. She's like, yeah, I'm gonna leave out of here early because he lives literally a couple of blocks away, a few minutes away, and I'm gonna pick something up from him. I don't know, some excuse she gave to me, But she made it seem like it was something real, like, simple and real casual. Like, you know, yeah, I'm just going up the block, blah, 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 you know, yeah, shit is cool, yeah, yeah, yeah. So I'm just like, all right, yeah, girl, do you. Mind you, it's about to be closing time because the clubs in Jersey, unlike New York, they close early. New York is going to stay jumping until, like, 4 a.m., 5 a.m. because they're not required to really close down any liquor club establishment until 4. And then after that, people have house parties until, like, 9 a.m. in New York every day, 7 days a week. But in Jersey, the clubs close at 2 a.m. You know what I'm saying? So it was fairly close to closing time when she decided to leave. So that's why the promoter let her go early, because, you know, we're not really serving that much bottles. Everybody already drunk, you know what I mean, whatever the case may be. So I told her cool. So I was just like, you don't need that ride then, because, you know, she was expected. I had picked her up, so I knew that she was gonna want me to take her home. And then she was just like, yeah, that's all I'm telling you, because I'm actually going to give you his address, because can you just swing by and pick me up from there once the club closed? Like, by the time I get there, the club will be closed, you'll be done. Swing by and pick me up. Against my better judgment, I said yes. I said yes, right? Which I will soon come to motherfucking regret. So I'm like, all right, cool. Just don't be long. Because, you know, at that point, I was trying to get home to my boyfriend at the time. To my Nikki. You know what I'm saying? Like, just don't be long. Because now I got to... My boyfriend at the time lived in a whole nother borough from me. And a whole nother borough from her. So it was me driving back to New York, to Manhattan. And then having to drive all the way to Brooklyn. And then knowing that I'm going to have to drive all the way back to Long Island the next day. So I already knew I had a lot to do. Like, you know? So... I take the info, work is finished, whatever. I pull up to the address. I pull up to this motherfucking trap house, okay? It was a motherfucking trap house. I pull up, I'm like... I'm staying in my car. I'm staying in my car. So I'm calling her. Shorty not answering, bro. Cherry is not answering the black clip phone. I'm texting her like, yo, I'm outside. Where you at? I'm trying to go. Blah, blah, blah. She not answering. Calling. So now, right when I'm just like, oh my God, I'm literally going to give her like 5 more minutes. Like, I don't want to leave this girl out here, but I'm going to give her 5 more minutes. So as I call a last time, the phone picks up, but I hear a lot of like scuffling, moving around, but nobody's really saying nothing. So I'm just like, hello, Cherry, like, can you hear me? It's me, Sarah. I'm outside. I'm here. Is it this house? Is it the blue house? Is it the green house? Because I'm right here. I'm by the hydrant, whatever, blah, blah. But nobody's answering. Then the phone hangs up. I'm like, what the fuck? So now I'm like calling back, because now I really don't want to leave, because now I'm scared, because I'm just like, she answered the phone, but she's not saying nothing. So obviously, like, I don't know what's going on. I need to, like, now my worrisome, like, care about you, like, what the fuck is going on? Like, it's kicking in. So, you know what I mean? Like, even though I didn't want to be taking her home and being her chauffeur, the last thing I wanted to do is just kind of like leave her stranded. You know what I mean? So, lo and behold, literally, right? Out of nowhere, I see this guy come trotting out the house. Trotting, like, he's walking real bulky, real mad, real... I'm in the car, locking doors. Still locking the fucking door. I'm laughing because that's how real it is. Like, I go into straight panic, self-preservation, fucking survival of the fittest, like Hunger Games mode. I start locking doors. Like, nah. This, mind you guys, it's like 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm in another state, and I'm in the hood. I'm in Patterson, New Jersey, which is the hood. The hood. It's not my hood either. I don't know bitches out here. I don't know niggas out here. yeah, it's not a safe position for me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and then those type of places are not like the city. It's real like suburban, like houses and like middle of nowhere, dead end streets type of rural. No cameras, no activity, no nothing. Like, you know what I'm saying? I feel safer in New York because a lot of the times, the majority of the places and neighborhoods in New York are always lit up. They're always like alive. You'll see people, you'll see cameras, you'll see lights. You know what I mean? I feel a little safer like that. But these areas, no baby, no sir. No sir. I started to lock my doors. Facts. So I'm like, yo, I hope this man is not coming to my car, because the way he was, I was parked directly across the street from the house, right? But my car was on and my hazard lights was on. I think it was raining too. Yeah, it had to be raining. Not raining like OD, but like it was misty, foggy outside. So I'm the only car out there double parked with my signal on, whatever. So I'm like, I hope he not coming here, because he looked like he was going somewhere, like he was going for a mission, like he was headed somewhere. You know what I mean? Like he looked like he was headed somewhere, like he was on a mission. You know what I mean? So lo and behold, he walks up to my car. He walks up to my car, and as soon as he walks up to my car, he starts knocking on my window, like not banging on it hard, but an assertive, like do do do, like a cop, like do do. So I'm just like, I'm not rolling this shit down. Like I cracked the shit. I said, you know, that quick little, just enough for us to hear each other. We're not like why. So I cracked the car, and before I could even get a word out and say, you know, can I help you, whatever, he's like, yo, you know Cherry? You know Cherry? And I'm just like, yeah, that's who I'm here to pick up. Like, I'm feeling like, even though he came with some energy, now I'm feeling a little relieved, because I'm just like, I found the bitch. Like, I've been looking for the bitch and I found the bitch. Like, you know what I'm saying? But his tone of voice, you guys, is not like a nice one. It's like, it's not like, oh, do you know Cherry? It's more like a, yo, you know Cherry? And I'm just like, yes, I do. Oh my God. Yeah. So he's like, yeah, come get your friend, bro. She ballin'. Come get your friend. Come get your friend before I kill her. Before you what? I'm like, what is going on? So I'm trying to ask him, like, what's going on? Like, who are you? Oh, nah, shorty's in my crib. She's butt ass naked. She's breaking my stuff. She's in here having a temper tantrum. She bawling. She need to give me my bread, and she need to go. So I'm not understanding what's going on. So he like, yo, come on, come get her. So I'm just like, I'm not going nowhere with you. You aggressive. You're a stranger, number one. I don't know you. Never seen you in my life. Never been to this trap. Don't know nothing about this trap house. I don't know what's going on. I don't know, bro. I was like, nah, I'm not going in. Like, yo, if you don't come and get her, I'm gonna kill her. What my dumb ass do? Yeah, I go in because I'm thinking my God is the only person I need to fear right now. And if I can help somebody and save someone that I know out of this situation, then I need to do that. Even though I'm flabbergasted right now. I'm completely shocked, stunned. This is absurd. I can't even fathom what's going on. But I'm trying to roll with the punches. I'm usually good at like rolling with the punches and getting through like really crazy situations. Like I literally stopped a fire in my house before. So I'm a Capricorn. I don't run towards danger, but I also feel like I can conquer danger. But I also try to like keep myself safe. I don't know. It's like a balance. I don't know. So I get out the car slowly, and I'm just asking him questions like, you know, I locked my car, I have my keys. At that time, I had a key that is a pink key, and when you pressed it, it pops up into a knife. And then I had a lipstick, which was pink too, on my keychain, which is a pepper spray. So I'm holding on to that area of my keys with my index finger, because if anything, I'm gonna spray you and I'm gonna stab you. You know what I mean? I'm gonna spray and then I'm gonna, you know what I mean? That's the goal. That's the, you know? So When I look down, I see he got a gun. Y'all, he had a whole Glock in his hand. He had a whole Glock. And I was just like, what you finna do with that? At that time, I wasn't foreign to Glocks because I had already been taken to the shooting range. I've been around people out of state. I had a lot of out-of-state friends who had the rights to own guns. So I already was around, like, weapons or whatever the case may be. So it wasn't startling as it would have been to most people, to me. But it was still like, what you got that for? Like, what's that for? Like, I had to ask him. Like, he's like, nah, that's not for you. But I had to make sure I pull my shit out because I don't know, this girl's wilding, blah, blah, blah. So I'm still, like, asking him, like, what's going on? But he's just trying to get back to his apartment or whatever. He's not even really trying to talk. So we walk into the spot. And he take me to the back where she's at. He's like, yo, she right here. Her stuff is scattered everywhere. Just get her out, bro. Get her out. So I go into the room. I'm peeking. I'm literally walking in like scoping the scene. Like, I don't know what I'm walking into. I'm hesitant. Every corner he turning, I'm like, like, what the fuck? Y'all, this man was not lying, bro. This man was not lying. On my soul, this girl was butt naked, trashing this man's house. When I seen her, she looked like Cherry, bro, but she was not Cherry. I didn't know what type of demon, what was that? I don't know what it was. So I'm just like, Cherry, what are you doing? Like, I'm trying to talk to her. She's, give me my money. Give me my coke. Give me my powdered donuts. Now. I sucked your dick. I did my job. Give me my money. Bro, she's wildin', bro. So apparently, from what I was getting from the situation is, this man deals some type of contraband, drugs, whatever. She was either lying, and the compensation might have been sexual intercourse. I don't know. Like, I just don't even want to sit here and say I knew what happened in that house, because I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I'm just judging by the tone of the conversation around me. So she's screaming. He talking about, I ain't got nothing for you. Just get out my house. I ain't got shit for you. You need to get the fuck out my house. Get out my house. So I'm just like, oh my God. So I'm like, Sherry, let's just go, bro. I was like, we made money in the club tonight. Where's your money bag? Where's this? Where's your clothes? Whatever. Mind you, I found a shirt. Wasn't even her shirt. Had to be his shirt. I just stuffed it over her head. Like, I don't see none of her clothes. I don't see her shoes. I don't see nothing. And this guy is pressed. Like, he got the gun in the air. Like, yeah, I gotta go now. I need to go now. I'm about to call my homeboy. I'm about to call my homegirls. I'm like, whoa, buddy. Wait. I am a civilian, my nigga. Like, you need to relax right now. Like, I am a civilian, okay? And I'm not a part of this. So calling people for who left and right, nigga, you gotta calm your ass down, because I will call the cops. Okay? I will call 911. Y'all don't be wanting to call 911 on a black man, but I'm gonna call 911 on a black man if I am endangered. And I'm gonna call 911 on anybody if I'm in danger. I'm gonna call 911 on 911. You feel me? So he starts saying that. So I'm just telling her, like, yo, let's just go. She don't know where her money bag is. And I'm not about to ask him. I'm not pressing him about nothing. I'm not pressing him about where nothing. I don't want nothing to do with this man. I'm not asking him for nothing. I'm just like, girl, we gotta go. You're gonna have to leave. Take that L. Whatever you had, take the L. I can't find her purse. I don't. It's like the house was a junkyard. You know what I'm saying? And who am I to be in a position where she's naked and she's having some type of, like, attack? He has a gun, and can I even say that? He has a weapon, and he's pointing it in the air, and he's making empty threats and stuff like that. Like, I'm not about to search this man's house for your belongings. Like, I'm not about to touch nothing in here. Like, I'm just telling her, like, we gotta go. So now she's still wilding. She's not listening to me. He starts to physically drag her out. Me, I'm just telling him, like, stop, don't do that to her. He's like, nah, she gotta go, she gotta go, she gotta go. He dragging her by her hair, dragging her. Me, I don't know what to do. I'm just trying to pull his arms, like, off of her, and he like, get off of me. He pushing me, y'all. I'm like, Cherry, just get up and let's go. She's like, no. She fighting him back. I'm like, I'm calling the cops. That's it, I'm calling the cops. So now we get to the front door, and he's like, I don't give a fuck, call the cops. Pushed her out. Mind you, I'm walking like behind the whole incident. Pushed her out. She's trying to push her way back in. I'm slipping out like, nah, we going. I'm pulling her. She's now fighting me off, like hitting my arm, like, get off of me, so that she can go back like into the crib and fight him and stuff. So I'm just like, girl, let's go. Mind you, she's barefoot, don't got nothing on her feet. The t-shirt I put on her is the only thing she got on her. Wig half off her head, everything. Mind you guys, I didn't know Cherry for that long. You know what I'm saying? I knew Cherry at this point maybe 3 weeks, less than a month. You know what I'm saying? And the only time I would interact with her or see her was when I would pick her up and we would go to work and drop her off, and that was it. So this was probably like maybe like the 4th or 5th time I was with this girl. He closed the door, he slams it, he locks it. She's trying to get back in the door. No, you can't do it. I'm like, girl, I'm calling the cops right now. I'm calling the cops. So let's just get in the car. Let's get in the car. So I phoned the cops, and I'm telling the cops like, hey, this guy, I'm on this street, but I'm also pulling off. Like, she gets in the car, right? Because it's raining, right? She gets in the car, so she ain't that crazy or she ain't that bugged out. She gets in the car, and I'm on the phone with the cops, and I'm just like, this is where I am, but I'm pulling off because the guy has a gun. I'm scared, blah, blah, blah. My friend has her stuff there. I'm just trying to explain the situation. She's banging on everything in my car. She bawling, she's screaming. Like, when I tell y'all I didn't know what was up with this girl, I'm like, yo, what the hell? Like, then she's like, oh, he didn't give me my Coke. He didn't give me my powdered donuts. He didn't give me. I'm like, what do you mean he didn't give you your what? Like, at the end of the day, I'm not a person who judges. I smoke ganja. You know what I'm saying? I'm very heavy ganja smoker. And I'm not a person who's going to downplay one drug for another. That's like downplaying one sin for another. You can't do that. It's all the same thing. If it's drugs, it's drugs. You know what I mean? I only smoke marijuana. Everybody who does everything else, I don't judge them for it. That's up to them. That's for them. As long as you understand the risk that it comes with, that's up to you. I understand the risk that smoking comes with. It comes with lung cancer. It comes with all this thing. You know what I mean? I understand the risk. Certain other drugs come with greater risk. You know what I mean? Bigger risk. You're dealing with something like a white powder substance. That's being laced with fentanyl. That's being laced with all types of things. You know what I'm saying? Just so it can stretch and make more of a profit for the dealer. So I don't like to play around with stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like, and I'm a person that I don't even drink alcohol, so I don't really need much to give me like a boost. You know what I'm saying? If anything, weed mellows me down. You know what I mean? Like, I don't need that boost that these drugs that be giving people. I don't need the boost. I need the thing them now. So, but I still don't like to judge people, because I hate when people just feel like, oh wow, what you're doing is worse than what I'm doing, and like, no, if she want to do powder donuts, is fine, as long as she know the risks that come with it. And don't do that around me, because I ain't trying to get caught up in the risk factor and that's it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to ask her questions, trying to ask her what's going on, who is this guy, what happened, blah. She's not being like, upfront about what happened. She's just kind of like screaming and throwing a tantrum, saying that she needs to go back to his crib because she left her money back there. She has all her stuff there, blah, blah. So I'm in my head like, girl, why the hell are you acting so coherent now? You know what I'm saying? Like, while we was in there and I kept asking you, what is it that you have here? Where did you leave? Etc., etc. You were just going crazy like a fucking wild banshee. You know what I'm saying? Like, you literally had the opportunity to make sure that you had all your stuff in there, and you didn't. And now you talking about we need to turn back. You guys, remember I said that the club closes at 2 a.m. in Jersey, right? By this time, after everything has happened, right? Mind you, I'm supposed to be going to my man house, right? After everything has happened, we're driving and it's about like 5 a.m. now. So this whole thing has taken approximately 3 hours. This whole thing that happened has been approximately 3 hours. Because by the time I got off of work, it was probably like 2:30, 2:45. By the time I got to the spot, it was probably like, the guy's spot was probably like a little after 3. By the time he answered me and I got into the spot, it's probably already heading to 4. And then everything that happened now is about to be 5, right? So she's like, oh, we got to turn back. I said, shorty, I'm not turning back. I'm not going to that man's house. I just called the cops. I gave them the address. If anything, the cops are probably on their way there or there now. So if you want to go and meet the cops there or do whatever you're doing, you can do that, but I'm not going. She's like, no, we got to turn back. I'm not leaving my stuff. I don't even have this. I don't have my phone. And true, I ain't gonna lie, she ain't have nothing. She ain't have nothing. But then again, it wasn't my fault. There was nothing I can do about that. I was trying to get her into safety. You get what I'm saying? Like, I was trying to get you into safety, shorty. So I'm sorry you don't have everything that you have, but this man was literally threatening your life, threatening my life. And a lot of times you never know what people are willing to do. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't have nothing to lose. So you have to be very careful about what you choose is worth fighting over. I'm not going to fight over a lot of material things. I learned that a long time ago. One time I lost a lot of valuable stuff and I left it. I had a choice to fight for it, but it was just kind of like, at that point in time, I wasn't in a good position, and it was my life over these material things, and I wasn't going to put things that are tangible, things that are not even of God, over my life. Like, I'm not doing that. So I told her, I was like, listen, that money can be made back again. Your clothes replaced. Everything you left behind there can be replaced, but your life, shorty. So you need to have some motherfucking gratitude. Take your ass home, sober up, and get it together, type of thing. She's wilding. She's like, no. Oh, finally done, you guys. Sorry, mid intermission. So this boot is fully done. Yeah. So now I'm about to get started on this one, which I don't think I'm gonna finish because I have to head out right after this. I probably only have like an hour left, so I'm just gonna start on this boot and see what I can get done. But yes, I'm just like, you got your life, shorty. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you got your life. Like you got your life. Like, let's ring the alarm on that one. So she starts wilding, banging on my motherfucking dashboard, like wilding my dashboard out, like, no, pop, need my money, bop, banging my window. I'm not, shorty. Oh, hell no. Bitch, have you lost your goddamn mind? I said, nah, you're bugging. I was like, Cherry, if you don't stop while in my car up, if you think that you're about to take your anger out on my vehicle, mind you guys, I'm saying we're driving. I'm driving. I'm on the highway. Granted, it's rush hour now, so it's 5 a.m. So that's rush hour. That means that there's dozens of cars on the road. Everybody's bumper to bumper. But I still need to be focused because that's bumper to bumper. You can still crash into somebody. You know what I'm saying? I still need to be focused. And then we're on the George Washington Bridge. We're on the bridge trying to cross back into New York. She's wilding. I'm like, I'm driving. You're wilding. Nah, you're not about to do that. You're destroying my car. You're messing up my concentration. You're going to put us in danger. You're going to make me crash, etc. She talking about she don't care. She want her stuff, blah, blah, blah. Matter of fact, call her a cab because she leave her now. I was like, girl, I'm not calling you no cab. Like, if you want, mind you, at that point, we're on the George Washington Bridge. We were only about 15 minutes away from her house because as soon as you got off the bridge, you ended up right into the Upper East Side, which is Harlem, which is where she kind of lived. I'm just like, you're 15 minutes away from home. Let it go. She like, nah. So now she opens my door. I was like, Cherry, close my door. If you open that door, you're gonna have to leave, bro. You're gonna have to leave. Because at this point, traffic is moving a little faster, and my door is open, and she's arguing and screaming and all that stuff. So as she start getting out the car, she has my car door open, and she's screaming like, no, take me back, or I'm walking back. Take me back, or I'm walking back. I was a Cherry. You either gonna get into this car. Mind you, cars are moving in front of me. All the cars behind me are now honking. Like they're wilding. She has my door wide open. She's standing at the passenger, and she's arguing with me on the inside. And I'm just like, get in the fucking car. Get in the fucking car. So she's like, no. Y'all, I said, you got 2 seconds to get in this car. I'm leaving you. She's like, no, I'm going to get my stuff. Fuck that. Y'all, I leaned in, grabbed my passenger car handle, closed that shit, and I drove off. And then I got on the phone, and I called the cops, and I told them, hey, there's a young lady on this intersection on the bridge on this stop. She's having some type of like attack, or the case may be, she needs help. Can you please send an ambulance for her? Blah blah blah. At that point, I'm on the highway. I can't pull over. I can't do none of that. She got out willingly, and she had my door open. And there was nothing I can do at that point. But to close my door and keep driving. There was nothing I can do. She's banging on my car door. She's banging on my windows. She's wilding. There was nothing I can do. At that point, she was so laced off of whatever she took that all she saw was red. Nothing was clicking to her. Nothing was making sense. And the reason why I say that is because I'll lead up to it. But at that point, she didn't know what she was doing. She didn't know what was going on. And honestly, I can't take on that for people. Like, I'm not doing that. I'm not taking on no rage, no unhealing, no, I don't know what it is. Whatever she had going on, I couldn't take it on. And I was not trying to. So I called the cops. I told them what it was. I told them that my call was related to what happened, the incident earlier, whatever. If they can do something, there's nothing I can do, blah, blah. They told me they'll handle it, right? Y'all, I get home, on my way home, I'm crying because I feel mad guilty. Like, I feel like, damn, like, I deadass left Shorty. Like, I left her. But, like, at that point, I didn't know what to do. And I was so tired. Like, when I tell y'all, my eyes were just like, I kept having to pull on my way home. I kept having to pull over and take little cat naps because I was I think I had worked all day that day and then went home, changed, and then went to Jersey, so I didn't get no sleep. Like, I think I was running on like literally 36 hours straight. So from the George Washington Bridge where I dropped her off, I still haven't, like, at least 45 minutes to an hour till I get back to my house. So I had the worst drive back home because it's rush hour, it's the morning time, people are trying to get to work, and I'm exhausted, and I just went through all this traumatic situation. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it took such a toll on me. Like, when I tell y'all, I was so heavy. Like, the weight on me was it was just so heavy. I was carrying so much. Like, I only went there to work, to make some money. You know what I mean? And then, like, I came back home, and my head is heavy, my chest is heavy. I don't know how to feel. I don't know what to think. Like, I'm just like, whatever. At this point, you know, I can't even really call her because she left her phone and everything at the guy house. So a few days go by, and I'm just trying to heal from the situation. I'm trying to calm down, and I hit up the girl I met her through to tell her what happened and to ask her if she checked up on her. She told me she haven't spoken to her yet, but she'll try to reach out to her, etc. So lo and behold, she did reach out to her because Cherry ended up hitting me up on social media, Instagram. She ended up writing me. But when she wrote me, it was just kind of like a real casual, like, hey girl, what's up? How you doing? I'm just like, how I'm doing, girl? Are you good? Like, you know, the last time we spoke, you know, you got out my car on the bridge. Are you good? She was like, girl, like, that's what happened. Like, I don't even, you know, remember. Like, I don't even remember what happened. I just know that I got a ride home that morning, and when I woke up, like, I just like, I have some different shit on, and I can't find my purse, I can't find my phone. So I'm putting her on, I'm telling her everything that happened, good, bad, ugly. I'm telling her everything. She's all like, really? For real? Like, she's acting like oblivious, like she didn't know what happened, like she really blacked out. At that point, I didn't know if she was trying to play me for a fool, or if she was like dead ass, like laced and don't remember nothing. So I'm just like, okay, so you're not upset? And she's just like, no. Upset about what? Like, I'm just mad I lost my phone, blah blah blah. I'm mad I lost my phone. I want to look so cute here by himself. And I'm just like, all right, cool. So we talk a little bit. I hang up the phone with her. All I'm thinking in my head was, she gotta go. She gotta go. Like, I can't be friends with this girl anymore. She gots to go. That's all I'm thinking. Like, I can't do it. Like, she gotta go. So I was just like, you know what? This is all fresh for her. Everything that happened is fresh. So let me just chill out for right now. And then, oh, my head's itching. Fuck. Whew. So I'm just like, I just need to take a chill pill back from this. So a few days go by, and promoter guy hits me up, and he's like, hey, you know, I want you to pull up, work this day, whatever. So I'm just like, all right, cool, let's go, we out, whatever. So you already know I'm cooling it from Cherry. So the last thing I was gonna do was hit her up and tell her that I'm heading for a shift in Jersey this weekend. So I didn't say nothing. I was just like, if she gets booked, then I'll see her on the flyer, and I'll just see her there. So I'm just take it easy with her. So the flyer comes out, she not on the flyer, right? I'm not thinking nothing of it. She not on the flyer. I'm not really thinking anything of it. I'm just probably like, she not working tonight. Just what it is. So I work that night. When I go in, she didn't come in or whatever. I work, I make my money, I go home. The next day now, I get a message from her on Instagram, and she's all like, oh, you worked last night with the promoter or whatever? And I'm like, yeah, I worked last night. And she's like, oh, so why you didn't call me, hit me up? I was like, I didn't know if you were working or not, you know. He hit me up and told me to come in on this day and whatever. And she was like, yeah, you know, I don't go in on days that you don't go in because I don't have a way to get to work. I go in when you're on shift so that, you know, we can ride together. What's with all these user ass bitches, bro? Like, what is there something in the motherfucking water? What's with these user ass fucking whores, bro? Like, cut the cameras, dead ass. I always wanted to say that, but actually my camera died. But yeah, cut the cameras, dead ass, because what do you mean? Like, what do you mean you were using me? It'd be the admission, like, for me, like, yeah, I was using you, da. And I'm just like, oh, that's interesting. That's interesting. So you only work when I work so that you can have a ride to and from. Because you have an Uber driver, you have a chauffeur. This is a limousine. Yes, service. So I'm just like, oh, okay. I was like, well, you know, I'm sorry, girl, but after what happened, I'm not really trying to, like, pick you up, drop you off, whatever the case may be. And she's like, what do you mean? I was like, what happened the other day? Like, am I bugging? Like, do you not remember? And she was like, oh, you still pressed about that? Like, it wasn't even that serious, blah, blah, blah. Like, it's not that deep. So I'm just like, girl, like, it was very deep. Are you kidding me? Like, what do you mean? You endangered both of our lives. Like, and just because you got home safe don't mean that you're out the clear, girl. Like, you getting home safe is a miracle from God, because there are a lot of women who don't put themselves in that type of situation and don't ever make it home safe. God rest those beautiful women's souls. There are a lot of women who literally play it safe and play by the rules and still get hemmed up in some messed up situation. Like, they get unalived, they get, you know, assaulted, all these different things. Like, girl, you're lucky. You're lucky, bitch. Like, you know what I'm saying? And you're lucky that you had someone who cared enough, because I tell you guys, drop it in the comments if you would have left her a long time ago. If it would have even have gotten as far as the guy's house and the gun and all that stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you would have left her a long time ago. So we end our conversation off there. I already know what my stance is. She tried to convince me shit was light work, shit was nothing. I wasn't really going for it. Conversation ended there. So now maybe like I go to 2 more work shifts, 2 or 3 more work shifts the guy invites me to, and she's not there. So I'm just like, oh, so she was honest. Like, she dead ass don't go to work unless I'm going to work. I'm like, and I used to hate people like that who used to talk like they had so much motion. Like, I do this, I get that done, I'm part of this, I do this, I do that. But then when it comes to like making moves for yourself, you're relying on other people. That don't make no sense. Like, all that cat behavior, I don't really be liking that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I hate talkers. Stop talking to me. So you're talking too much, you're not doing enough, bro. I don't like that. So he has a family. Let me stop. I think I need cartoon character voices for these little teddy bears. When I be playing with my dog, I'd be like, little Momo said hi. Go, go, go. But yeah, so this whole time I'm not hearing from her, right? I'm not hearing from her. I'm thinking that she good. She got over it. She moved on. Shit is moving on. I'm just like, great. If she's not working the nights I'm working, then the coast is clear for me. You know, I'm happy this weight is lifted off my shoulder. When I used to go to work, I used to get there a lot faster, a lot easier. I was spending less money on gas, less money on tolls. I was just, the shit was working out. Shit was working out. Shit was smooth and copacetic, right? So, you guys, at that time, my boyfriend did not know that I was bartending or working the club. He was a very insecure guy at the time. So I didn't like to share a lot of those details with him, because every time I would try to like embark on a new mission, especially when it came to money or putting myself out there or my beauty and my looks, he would really take an issue with it. So, you know, he lived a whole nother bar from me. So sometimes I would just be like, yeah, I'm calling the night early, whatever, go work, whatever, come back. Or I'll just, you know, he wasn't always clocking me either, because he has all this shit going on. So I just kind of kept that part of my life on a DL, because I was only working once a week in Jersey. It was not like I had a consistent job, and they were, you know what I'm saying, it was just like one day out the week, because he had a lot of bartenders, so he would fill me in one day, right? So I remember there was this one time me and Cherry worked, and the club was dead, the club was dry, it was raining, pouring that night, and nobody really came in. I think we didn't even break even that night, because I think I made like $60 something, but my outfit was like $75, and we still have to tip the bar, the bar baristas and stuff. And then all the money I spent getting to and from work, like, I was deficit money, you feel me? Like, I was negative money. So my phone had died, and when we left work, I needed money to pay for gas to get home. My tank was low, which I should have just asked Cherry for the money, but I knew that we both ain't make money that night. So I was like, you know what, let me call my boyfriend so he could put some money on my card for me, send some money to my card so I could pay for some gas and get home. So I call him from her phone. I ain't text him. I called him like, hey, you know, I need some gas money, my phone is dead. I told him I was at some like get together gathering with my homegirl, whatever the case may be, right? So he sends it to me. That was like probably early on in me and Cherry's relationship and work situation, right? So fast forward now, I haven't spoken to Cherry in like 2 or 3 weeks after the incident, after I told her I'm not really like taking her to work anymore, all this stuff like that. My boyfriend hits me up and he's like, what's this? He sends me a text message, and lo and behold, who is it? Cherry. Mind you, he told me this number was calling him down and he wasn't answering, and then after that the number texted him. So I'm just like, okay. So I'm reading the messages, and this girl literally hit up my boyfriend to expose me. In the message she was like, oh, I don't know if you know, but Sarah's a bartender, and in the night times when she's lying to you, we be at the club and we meet a lot of guys at the bar, they spend money with us, blah blah blah. She's a liar. I put her onto game, and now she's left me stranded. Mind you, she said she didn't remember what happened, right? But I left her stranded, and now I'm trying to steal her gig that she gave to me and all this different stuff, right? The whole time, my boyfriend, he not caring about nothing she's saying except for the fact that I'm around guys and I didn't tell him what I was doing, etc., etc. It brought up a big quarrel between me and him because, like I said, he was already what? Insecure. So when you bring betrayal, dishonesty, and all that stuff in front of somebody who's already insecure, you already know it's a formula for disaster. So I'm just thinking in my head, like, this wicked bitch, bro. Like, how can people be that salty? Like, and that's why I'm so selective when it comes to the people that I allow to have sensitive information and all that in my life, because I called my boyfriend weeks ago. Y'all already know a phone log don't last that long. It don't last that long. After a certain amount of calls, after 24 hours, it starts disappearing. I didn't text him. So either you saved his number after I called him that night, or you went back into your actual phone data app, like your AT&T app, T-Mobile app, or whatever, and look for this number, which still would have been hard. Like, you would have had to think about exactly what day and time it happened, etc. Like, it's just, either way you twist it, for her to have had his number still, it took a lot of calculating, a lot of pre-planning, a lot of work. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't something that was just, you know, and then you thought about doing this. You know what I'm saying? You probably saw that, oh, I kept going to work, you kept seeing me on a fly or whatever. Like, you try to assault me. Like, I felt like that was so salty. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, wicked behavior. Wicked. And I was just like, I hit her up like, girl, you thought you did your big one? Like, I'm going to still keep going to work. I'm going to still make money. You're still not going to have no type of transportation. You're going to keep watching me make this money. I don't care. Like, you're a weirdo, bro. Like, you're dead ass a weirdo. So me and my nigga, we arguing about it, whatever. He don't want me to go back. I don't care, because I'm making, at that time, for that one night that I was working at the bar, I used to come home. A bad night for me would be about like $600-700. Good night would be upwards $1,500-1,700. Okay night would be about $1,900. So I'm working for like 3 hours. I got on a cute little outfit. I'm pouring some drinks. I got some sparklers, some bottle, and I'm coming home with rent money. I'm not stopping. No. Are you crazy? Are you kidding me? No, absolutely not. My money, my bag, my money. Ha ha. Like, you know what I mean? So I continue working against my boyfriend's advisement at the time, and he hits me up one night. I told him I was going to bed, right? So this is after the whole explosion with Cherry, whatever. And I go to work, and while I'm at work, he sends me a video of me at work, literally. Like, I'm looking at the video and I'm looking around to see who took this video of me, because I was literally at the bar, like pouring a drink or doing something in the video, and I'm just like, who the hell sent this video out of me? Like, I had made him block Cherry's number, so he got this video from a whole different number. So I couldn't say it was her, but we all know it was her. I don't know if she had somebody in there recording me, or if she slipped in incognito and recorded me or whatever, because I didn't see her. And it was just kind of like, girl, you can't even get to work, but you made yourself available at work, whether through somebody or you snuck in, whatever you did, you made it here in some type of way without me. And instead of trying to get money, this is what you're doing. Sad day to be a sad bitch. So I told him, I was like, yo, me and him end up having like a big discussion about it, and he ended up respecting it, because I basically told him like, yo, at that time me and him was living separately. I was living by my mom, so I was paying rent. He was living by his mom's, he wasn't paying rent. And I had to explain to him like, yo, you're not taking care of me like we're in a marriage or whatever financially. I have bills I need to pay. I have things I need to adhere to. And unless you're going to compensate for that, you're going to have to let me do what I'm doing. I kind of came to that agreement with him. And I told him unless he's going to take on these payments, then he just needs to like mind his business. So we came to an agreement about it. And I think she hit him up one more time after that. And I made him change his number. Because I was just like, this is getting weird. You know what I mean? Like, I made him change his number. And after he changed his number, I think I changed mine too. I didn't hear from her anymore. I blocked her on Instagram and all that stuff. And I think I continued working with that promoter for like another couple of months until I transitioned into like another like job where I was making money or whatever. But yeah, that was the story. And it was just crazy because all I kept thinking to myself was, how did I get myself in this position? How did I get myself in this position? How? Being too friendly. Everything that happened to me in that situation was just me letting my guard down too fast, being too friendly, being too open. You know what I'm saying? Being too giving. A lot of those things. You have to really make people earn their spots in your life. You have to make people earn certain luxuries that you offer them, etc. And I was just handing it out. And I was handing it out to the wrong people, and I was being taken advantage of. And then when it came time for me to show my kindness, I also showed it in the wrong situations where it ended up backfiring on me. Who knows what could have happened to me, you know what I'm saying, in that situation with the guy. And then to put me through something like that and then try to terrorize my relationship and my livelihood and stuff like that after the fact. Like, girl, move on with your life. So a lot of times it don't be personal. Did I think that Cherry had a personal issue and vendetta towards me? No. I think that a lot of people are entitled. They feel a level of entitlement. They have their own things that they're going through, their own growing pains, etc. And then you come along, and if they feel slighted by you in any way, all of that rage, all of that uncertainty, all of that doubt, insecurity, anger, all those emotions, all those spirits are living inside of them, and they like, ooh, new target. They make you their new target. And that's why I don't like being new in people's life. I don't like people being able to just deal with me anyway, because I'm not a punching bag. I'm not a punching bag. You're not about to take out what you got going on in life on me. You're not about to put me through this. You're not about to put expectations on my back. You're not about to nothing. You know what I'm saying? That's why I like to move at the beat of my own drum. Nowadays, I've had so many issues with giving people rides, especially women, because I've never had to really give a man a ride, that I don't do rides no more. You can't even come in my car. You can't, no. I'll meet you there. We're going somewhere, I'm going to meet you there. I'm not taking nobody home. I'm not doing none of that. Because all the liability falls on you. You're the designated driver. You have to make sure people's home safe. You have to play mommy and daddy. And then after you do all of that, those people that have no consideration and no thought process to what you're doing for them and what it's costing you, turn around and slap and spit in your face. Which is what happened to me. So the moral of the story is, don't do drugs, you guys. At least not hard drugs. Don't do these. Don't do them. You know, they're lacing them. They're not safe. People are going crazy. People are dying on overdose. They're not safe. And then if you're ever in a situation and you feel like I'm not safe and I need to get out, that's what you should do. Just get out. Don't even second guess. Don't question yourself. Put yourself first. Care about your safety first. Who cares about loyalty and all this stuff like that? Because I sat there being loyal to someone who turned around and tried to ruin my whole relationship because they couldn't get what they wanted from me. You get what I'm saying? So don't feel like you owe anybody anything. You owe yourself. You owe yourself. You owe you to keep you safe. You owe you to make good decisions. You owe yourself. So you guys, I didn't get to finish the boot, but these 4 little guys will be surrounded by a family soon. I'm going to finish it maybe later on today when I get home. But it's been a time. It's been a time, you guys. I enjoy speaking to you always, and I would love to have your insight about this story. What would you guys have done? Would you guys have done what I did? Would you guys have done something differently? What would be your reaction to this situation? Like, I just need to like know what's Tia. You feel me? Like, because that situation left me feeling like, what the, like, it really did. But I'm going to end this video off, you guys, with my saying that means more than it meant any other time I said it. Okay, if you're not going to do anything else besides liking, commenting, and subscribing to my videos, okay, if you're not going to do anything else, make sure you pour into your motherfucking self, into yourself, pour into you. Simple, point blank, you guys. And that is the video for today. Sending love always, and make sure if you guys haven't checked out my website, it's www.shop.jharasnyc.com, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.